Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Opening things up, our first reviewer gives us their take.
This reviewer explains that their older home, with its thick plaster walls, was riddled with Wi-Fi dead spots. While the signal was strong near the main router, it would drop off significantly just a short distance away. Initially purchasing just one of these range extenders as a test to get a reliable connection in the backyard, they were so impressed with the performance that they quickly bought a second one to improve coverage throughout the entire house. Our reviewer notes that the device is a bit larger than older models they've used and features 2 adjustable antennas. While the adjustability is a nice touch, they wish there was a clearer way to know how moving the antennas affected the signal strength, so they settled on a best guess positioning. Despite an initial reluctance to download yet another companion app, this client found the software to be a pleasant surprise. It was described as incredibly intuitive and user-friendly, making the setup process for both the first and second units extremely easy. In fact, the quality of the app experience was a major factor in their decision to purchase the second device from the same maker. While the hardware and software combination offers plenty of advanced settings for more technical users, the basic setup was quick and straightforward. A notable point is that this client chose not to activate a specific mesh networking feature, as they found it caused connectivity issues with their large number of smart home devices. Even without this feature enabled, they have experienced no problems with connection stability, speed, or signal strength. The final result is a solid, reliable connection all over the house and even deep into the backyard, allowing for seamless content streaming from a considerable distance. They couldn't be happier with the outcome.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer was looking to solve a common but tricky problem. They needed to get a reliable Wi-Fi signal into a separate room within a large shop, but steel walls were completely blocking the connection from the main router. The plan was to use the signal booster in access point mode, running a direct Ethernet cable to it for a solid wired backhaul. This would essentially create a new Wi-Fi hotspot in the remote room, using the same network. However, our client quickly ran into a major setup frustration. It turns out that the device's software doesn't allow you to select access point mode from the beginning. Instead, it forces you to complete a full wireless extender setup first, which requires a strong wireless connection to the main router, the very thing that wasn't possible from its intended location. To make matters worse, the initial setup will repeatedly fail if an Ethernet cable is plugged into the unit, which is the opposite of what someone setting it up as a wired point would expect. After a couple of factory resets, this client found the workaround. You have to set up the device right next to your existing router, complete the entire wireless configuration process without any cables attached, let it reboot, and only then can you log back in to switch it to access point mode. Once that's done, you can move the unit to its final location and plug in the Ethernet cable. Despite the initial headache, the reviewer notes that once it was finally configured, this network extender performed perfectly and delivered the strong, stable signal that was needed. The key takeaway for anyone planning to use this device with a wired connection is to leave the Ethernet port empty until the initial wireless setup is completely finished. It's a significant oversight in the setup process, but the hardware itself seems to be quite capable once you get past that hurdle.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer was really struggling with their home's Wi-Fi situation, especially in the rooms furthest from the router. Weak signals upstairs and even out in the backyard made streaming and working from home a real pain. Then they got this range extender. Setting up this gadget was a breeze. Our reviewer mentioned the process using the dedicated app was straightforward, practically holding their hand through each step. Seriously, they were up and running in just a couple of minutes. The difference this thing made to the Wi-Fi coverage is impressive. Now there's strong, consistent signal everywhere. This client reports that video streaming is smooth, and they can work from any room without the dreaded dropped connections. The dual-band Wi-Fi 6 seems to have really boosted speeds, making everything feel faster and snappier. One thing that really stood out to this reviewer was the Ethernet port. They plugged their smart TV directly into it for an even more reliable connection. And the fact that this device can also function as an access point is a nice bonus, adding extra flexibility to their network setup. Another point in its favor is the compatibility with one-mesh technology. While this client doesn't have a one-mesh router at the moment, they appreciate knowing they can easily create a seamless mesh network down the line if they upgrade their router. All in all, our reviewer couldn't be happier with this range extender. It's a great way to give your Wi-Fi signal a serious boost and say goodbye to those annoying dead spots. They highly recommend it to anyone facing similar Wi-Fi woes.
That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.